Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about reprints. This video will be in two parts, the Japanese side and the English side, because what you're going to see on the screen here is a reprint for Is Your Order a Rabbit Bloom? And what you're going to notice right away is, man, what is the deal with the color of that signature? And that's because that is pink. This set originally came out on July 16, 2021. There were SSPs, SPs, and OFRs inside of this box. Being that this is a reprint from about 3 years ago, they decided, you know what, we're going to give you pink signatures. Not those silver signatures that those people on the English side get, where you're going to get some lovely pink signatures on your SSPs and then on your SPs. Now take a look at this. When I saw this, I knew that there was a set for Is Your Order a Rabbit coming out, and I was like, oh, these must be part of that set because I didn't bother reading it since I didn't read Japanese. I don't understand it. So before I click translate, I'm like, oh, this is what this means. I was like, the art looks very familiar, but the signature colors do not. And what we got going on is pink. These SSPs look fantastic. The SPs look great as well. They got the Halloween theme going on and they got the pink signatures. They look really cool. I'm going to show you card prices in just a bit because I want to have this in case something goes crazy in Japan with these pink signatures. Now, on the left is going to be your gold sample. On your right is going to be your pink sample. Looks freaking fantastic, as I mentioned earlier. It just looks so dang good. I'm so glad that they went with pink on this reprint over a silver color. Now, Hero over here decided to put his card up on X when this was announced. Just wanted to show you the foiling that is on this SSP. Looks wonderful. Now, there were some comments out there, and I wanted to grab it because people always talk about reprints on the English side because of the silver color or lack of color change. So, what we have here on X is It's So Awesome. Yes, resale. Yep, I'll take 10 boxes. Oh, the pink sign is cute. Pink sign. This means that I have more cards to collect. Just reading those out, think about the difference of the comments that we get on the English side. Now, I know I have a few more. Collect cocoa pink signs. If you don't say cocoa, you're saying it wrong. Wait, I don't have any money. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. There is no reason not to buy. I thought Chino was terrible, but the reissue has a different color for the signature, which is nice. Gee, just when I thought I had finally completed all the Gochiusa, a pink one appeared. I feel sorry for collectors, especially those who have a complete collection. LOL. The resale is hot, even though it's the day before my graduate school entrance exam. I think I'll reserve it. If I can get the main signature, it'll be worth hundreds of thousands of yen, so I want it. Does that person really want it, or they just want the money? But good luck on your graduate school entrance exam. Is it just the color of the foil stamping that changes? Collecting them again is a hassle. Ooh, negativity. The sign color changes, which is unfair. It's like hell. I love that one. That was pretty good because I can't really tell if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I know hell is bad. Trust me, I understand that. But it could be a person that collected this before and they're like, crap, I gotta get these, or they just hate it in general. Are they trying to change the color of the foil to soften the discrepancy in value with the new cut? I highly doubt that. But I mean, some people will say that that's what happens on the English side. Correct? Correct. And talking about prices, let's see them now. And the reason why I'm doing this is just because in case the Japan side people go nuts for it, then we could see what the price is. Because a lot of this, when you think about the English side, I'll hit on it more, is due to the supply of the card. I know people point to the silver, but I'm going to say supply of the card actually matters as well. But anyways, on the Japanese side, just take a look across the screen. It's insane for these SSP. 69,800, 59,800, 89,800, skipping a bunch. 248,000 yen. Pretty insane. Sold out. Reprint needed. That's what we're going to do because people want to get some of these cards. SP side, only one in stock. The rest are sold out. And you can see one is 14,800. The other one, the Chino, 49,800. Ouch. But also really lovely. But ouch. OFRs. Think about OFRs on the English side. Look at the prices on these. There's one that's 24,800, that Rize, and 17,800 on Mischievous Familiars. Pretty insane. This set really expensive. A lot of people wanted to collect it. I could see why someone would say it's like hell, because potentially that's what they mean when trying to collect all these. Because when you think about the English side, there was people always questioning, do I need to collect the silvers to have a master set? I say yes. Other people will say no. I think you need to have them, and some of the people that you saw in the comments on the JP side would have agreed. Now, flipping over here to the English side, I'm going to have some more comments at the end about the JP side because I'm not really done with it. But the English side, if you remember correctly, there's booster boxes that got reprinted, trial decks that got reprinted, and sometimes there were no changes to the signature. No change to the signature color at all. Maybe the foiling got changed, but I doubt they did that on purpose. There were other ones like this trial deck right here for Data Live where they took the signature, changed it from gold, and made it silver. Now, you think about the Olympics that is happening right now. When people think about first place, you think gold. When you think about second place, you get silver. And that's why the reprints, this whole idea about the silvers not being all that great was because of this. Now, I think about the silver color and how it appears on some cards, and it looks actually better than what I think the gold looks like. So for me, there's some cases where I don't think silver is second place. I think it's first. And being that it's cheaper because people's perceived thoughts on colors, well, you know what? Better time for me because I can pick them up way cheaper. Now flipping over here to Azur Lane because that was the most recent set to get a reprint in silver color. Top left is your booster box for first edition 105. Booster box case $2,500. A second edition booster box case $1049.99, and a booster box for second edition $59.48. Being budget friendly myself, I would go with the second editions just because it's a lot cheaper, and as mentioned, I enjoy the silver signatures. Not just showing you a snippet of a page on TCG Player. Columns 1 and 3 are going to be your gold. In the second and fourth column are your silvers. And I know there's not a lot of them up here, interesting enough. Cheshire down there in the bottom left, $299.99 for a gold. Silver edition, $198. Over on the right side, you got Bremerton. Market price, let's just use that number because it's sitting there. $362.94. On the right with Bremerton, there was a sale for $225.99 and currently listing 2 at $398. So thinking about that, I've always had this thought. Second place, silver signatures, but then I go, you know what? I think a lot to do with this price is because people discount it because of the silver, but then also there's a function of supply. Being that there's a reprint, and this is why I always told you I'm cautious about reprints. If you wanted to invest in them or open them and wanted to flip them, I think you have to watch out because anybody can buy this reprint. I know there's extenuating circumstances where people can't buy it because of their budget. They don't have money at the time to buy the reprint. But thinking about it, they put out an order for reprints such as Hollow Live 2 that's happening right now. Anybody can buy it, which means it should satisfy the supply that or the demand of the cards or the booster box that people want. Okay, so moving here to Reincarnated as a Slime, top left, booster box case sold out. Top right is going to be your second edition booster box case, $800. Look at it, 7 listings of that. Bottom left, first edition booster box, $332.99, and bottom right is going to be your second edition booster box, $52.69, 9 listings. So I always just think about reprints and how dangerous they are when it comes to investing just because of the amount of supply that could show up in the aftermarket. Now you think about these SPs, caution right here, the Rimuru Tempest and the Gushing Flame Shizu, those are both trial deck SPs. I didn't remove them, so ignore that. But if you take a look at the screen, it's pretty amazing what you have. The silvers definitely are discounted, and there are a bunch of them. And again, budget friendly. If you take a look at Shuna in the bottom right, $9.99, 2 listings for a gold edition. The silver edition, 3 listings, $130. Now I could say people will probably say because of the color, the gold looks better on there. But what about the Shizu in the top right with the silver on blue? It looks really nice. I think it's fantastic to have the silver and the blue. Other people could say differently. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, of course. 5 listings, 270 for the silver, 3 listings, 420. So this is where I start talking about supply is more of an issue than silver. I think if people judge this objectively, the silver should look better on some cards. Maybe you don't like the blue and the silver on there. Maybe a different color would look better on a different background, right? Maybe the purple, maybe the pink, something like that. Maybe a green, probably not. But you think about this really thoughtfully, it should change depending on the actual art on here, right? This isn't just the same card with a little marking in the bottom that says second edition. It's just a color change on the signature. Should it really have that much of a discount? I think it is a partial reason due to supply. That's what's happening here. And one last example for you, because I think this looks better in silver, but other people may say it looks better in gold. Anyways, we got Endless Devotion Albedo, one listing 4,000. On the right is Endless Devotion Albedo silver version, 4 listings, 400. 2 sold recently, so that was actually 6. Is it really the fact that silver looks uglier? Is it really the fact that silver is the second edition? Or is it really the fact that a lot of people are able to buy this reprint and all sorts of demand was satisfied because of it? Think about that one. So just flipping forward. My final thoughts here. Thinking back to the Japanese side, it leads you to many different conclusions here. 1, on the English side, are they going to hook us up one day with a color outside of silver that actually makes you want to buy it? Right? Not just for like this Albedo over here, just because everybody likes Albedo apparently, and we need to reprint this. But is there a color on here that's going to generate the sort of responses that the Japanese side had? Thinking on the Japanese side, we all knew for a while there that the colors don't change. There was no real difference. Maybe their PR was missing from there. Stuff like that. Maybe an errata happened and the words changed. But when you think about booster boxes, when it comes to this, should you be collecting first edition booster boxes of the Japanese ones? Because if they decide to change the colors, will this actually matter? But then, when you think about it, with the English side, we had silver, right? And people have this perceived notion that it's not as great. What happens to the booster boxes in this case with the pink signatures and people actually liking it? Does it really come down to the amount of supply, or will they see the pink signatures as an overall negative, like they see the silvers on the English side? I know there was someone that bought Sneaker Bunko at under $1,000 for a booster box right before the reprint was announced, which was tragic. I felt really bad for that person. But when you think about it now, if Sneaker Bunko would have gotten, let's say, a silver color on there, that booster box would have been worth a lot. When you think about on the English side what actually happens. So is this one of those times then you should start buying into Japanese Weiss Schwarz because of this? The short answer to that for me is no, because that's insane. You never know what this company is going to do, if they're going to hit you with silvers, if they're going to hit you with pinks, or some rainbow. Imagine a rainbow color on this one. That'd be crazy what's going on here. But still, in general, I don't know what's going to happen. That's why we're saving the prices. I will say the pink is very exciting. I almost feel because of this reprint happening, there's going to be enough. It's going to look like the English side, where it should go down in price on the majority of the cards. I'm not saying every card, because there's some cards that will always be sought after, right? Like think about New Jersey on Azur Lane. Whether it's silver, whether it's gold, people are still going to want it and pay a high price in doing so. But it's a lot to think about. Let me know your thoughts on this whole pink signature. Do you like it? Do you not? Do you want them to use it over on the English side, or should we stick to silver? But anyways, if you want to reach out to me for any reason, feel free to use any of the options here on the screen. It's all in the descriptions as well. But as always, have fun, be happy, and don't spend anything outside your budget. Have a good one.